what really does happen at convention really is a spiritual transformation, because we really do not go home the same at all, any of us.
Shewa Salu is a second-year college student. He's been there right from the start of convention. And literally, I've seen many lives changed. These young men are now so responsible. They love God. They are still serving God on campus. Shewa, who just spoke, is a fellowship leader at his college. Yes, we teach them week in, week out at church, but really the biggest time that God impacts them is when they're gathered with their peers, and it's youth, leading youth to Christ. I think that experience is totally transforming, and people think, oh, I remember my first time going to convention. I'm thinking going to hang out with teenagers. Like, these guys are wild. These guys are, they have issues. But I ended up coming back, being transformed in my mind, and I've ever since then realized really it is not by strength. I'm borrowing a word from what he said. It's by the grace of God. And you're probably out there, you're thinking, well, I don't really work with teenagers, and I don't think I can be part of this. No, no, and no, and no. You can, because it still comes down to the grace of God. So I want to challenge you to choose to be part of convention. Some of you might say, well, I'm at work all week, I can't leave work. We don't want you to leave work. You could raise funds on your own. You could tell your neighbors, that little kid of your neighbor that you have some influence over, ask their parents, hey, I think your son should come for our convention. Donate to support a child to come. Come in one evening to just come hang out with us. You might be someone who loves to cook. Guess what? We have about, in total, I think 12 meals for the entire period. And I'll tell you a secret. The one meal that our kids love the most is that jollof rice, or that Nigerian food, or that ethnic food. You could say, well, I want to buy you guys snacks. You could say, you know what? I want to buy you guys water. You could just recommend even people to come join us. You might have a friend who is any type of professional that you think is exciting, a scientist, a doctor, and you think he would love to be able to share his passion with youth. Let him come around. And finally, you might not do any of these things. You'd see our teenagers out there on Sundays roasting corn and roasting plantain to raise money. Encourage them. Buying those things tells them that you're affirming what they are trying to associate with. They are trying to associate with Christ in the way they can. For example, these teenagers are so amazing, they have chosen to do a fundraising concert on the 29th of June. Why? Because it costs a lot of money. This is the way these teenagers can do what they can. Support them in whatever way. Ask them about it. Like, hey, how is your convention going? Ask them about it. It lets them know that you appreciate what they're doing. But thank you so much. And if you have further questions, you could talk to the minister in charge, and Tinike, or you could talk to myself, or to any of the teenagers you see. So many of them out there who can tell you firsthand how this has changed their lives. God bless you. Have a very good afternoon.